You know, we've always gone over the fast food cultish sort of foods, but what about childhood nostalgia? You think that's safe? No, it's not. Okay, so today we are making s'mores, but not just any s'more. S'mores have to be the most basic, laziest dessert you can think of. All right, lazy maybe is a little derogatory. What I'm trying to say is it's ridiculously simple. You toast some marshmallows, you put them in between graham crackers and chocolate, that's it. I kind of don't want to do this because I'm going all the way. We're making everything, not just the marshmallows and graham crackers. We've done that before on this channel, it's not that hard. But we're gonna be making our own chocolate too. All right, I'm taking this very seriously because we are winning one way or another. I have nothing else to say other than let's make this, shall we? We've got the box, Honey made with real honey, right? And oh no, the worst chocolate on the planet physically possible. Since this video is gonna be going up on Mother's Day, who better than to make the ultimate s'more than my mommy? Papa's mama? What? You know how to assemble a s'more, I don't have to tell you how to do this.
Sure.
Ow! Sorry. No! They're broken. See, this is why you never buy Honey Made.
That's why you don't throw it on the floor.
I'll stand back here. Ah!
Oh my, that works good. You ready?
Yep. Oh wow, that actually looks really good. Can I taste it first? I want to taste it first! Ah! Taste test number one.
What do you think? Nostalgia?
No. Close your ears. This actually isn't that good. Maybe it's because I already ate. All I know, there's not that much flavor involved. All I taste is like sugar, sugar, and sugar. For some reason, I remember more flavor in this when I was a kid, but maybe that's because I was a dumb kid. Point is, I do think that we can make this better simply by adding flavor. Is there anything inherently wrong with this? No, I get it. This is how it's supposed to be. But we can make it way better, don't you think?
I should hope so.
I'm taking the homemade aspect of this to the extreme. We aren't just making our own marshmallows and graham crackers. Today, I am literally going to grind and make my own chocolate entirely from scratch. Has Papa gone off the deep end? Now, let's start with the chocolate because that will easily take the longest. In order to do this, you're gonna need, well, the chocolate grinder. The link for mine will be below. Now, if you wanna be a reasonable person, you could just buy your own chocolate, but we play the unreasonable game in the game of flavor. First, heat up the base of your grinder in the grinder bowl in an oven set to its lowest temp for about 5 to 10 minutes or until just warm. Reassemble the machine and turn on the grinder. From there, you're gonna add 900 grams of cocoa bean nibs, only a quarter cup at a time, allowing the nibs to grind up for a few seconds before adding more. Continue that until you've added all of your nibs. Now let that grind for 1 hour, then add 295 grams of fine granulated sugar. Again, in batches in a steady stream until you've added all of your sugar. Then all you gotta do is set that brother up to grind for 24 hours. Yep, you might wanna start this at a time that you wanna be making the bars the next day. After 24 hours, you'll be met with a beautifully fragrant and smooth melted chocolate awaiting you. To temper the chocolate, pull out your marble slab because we all have one, right? Anyway, to temper, simply pour all of your chocolate into a quart container, then pour 2/3 of that container onto your marble slab, spread it with a scraper or offset spatula, scooping it up over itself and spreading it over and over until it starts to cool and lightly thicken. Do not let it solidify. Scrape all that back into your container, stir it together, and it should be around 84 degrees Fahrenheit. I just want to note that when we made this on camera, I actually cooled it to 91 Fahrenheit, which was a terrible idea and caused the chocolate to bloom. Keep it to 84 and it'll get a nicer finish with a stronger snap. Now from there, pour your tempered chocolate into a and spread it to fill the mold fully. Then simply let that cool to room temp till hard. Okay, now that that's finally over, let's talk marshmallows. Shockingly easy. I'd recommend starting these the same day you start your chocolate if you choose that route. Snag a 9x9 baking pan, spray it with cooking spray, then line it with enough parchment so it has overhang on both sides. Next, in the bowl of a stand mixer, add in half a cup of water and sprinkle in 3 packets or 24 grams of gelatin and let that sit and hydrate. Next, grab a medium saucepan and add a quarter cup or 60 milliliters of water, 3/4 of a cup or 255 grams of light corn syrup, and finally 2 cups or 400 grams of granulated sugar. Give that a light stir to hydrate the sugar, place that on the stove set over medium-high, and bring that to a boil. Once it starts boiling, let that go for about 1 minute, no stirring allowed. If you stir, Papa big sad. And once the mixture reaches 240 degrees Fahrenheit, remove it from the heat and place it to the side. Now, in the stand mixer, fitted with the whiskey business attachment, begin mixing on medium-low until the gelatin mixture is beaten up, then slowly and steadily add your sugar syrup by pouring it down the side of the bowl while it's continuously mixing, increasing its mixing speed gradually gradually as you add your hot syrup. Anyway, once all your syrup is added and you're beating on high speed, let it continue to beat until the mixture is white, voluminous, and leaves a very thick ribbon when pulled from the bowl. Then immediately pour into your prepared baking pan, spread out your mallow man until it's evenly distributed in the pan. Then simply let that sit at room temp uncovered for at least 4 hours, but ideally overnight. Then once your marshmallow is set, dust the top with powdered sugar, invert it onto a work surface, peel your parchment off, dust again with powdered sugar, then spray a knife with cooking oil, dust that with powdered sugar, and cut your marshmallows into nice even cubes. You can make them as big or as small as you like, but I like them thick and juicy. Once cut, dust your marshmallows again, shake off the excess, and that's it. Oh, and yes, before you ask, they toast in the most beautiful way I've ever seen. Okay, so for the graham crackers, we're gonna use the exact same dough from my key lime pie recipe, only this time, once the little dough man is done, oh, so cute, let's kiss him, and then dust him with flour and roll him out until a 1/4 inch thick. Then simply cut that into evenly sized rectangles that are about 3 inches long and 1.5 inches wide. Try to keep those edges neat since we're assembling s'mores here. Then place those on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper, poke all your fillers with a fork, and bake at 350 Fahrenheit for 15 to 20 minutes or until dry and crisp. All right, folks, we have our graham crackers, we got the choco latte, and of course, our geometric marshmallows. You should know how to assemble this. Get 2 of your graham crackers, place on a few squares of chocolate, ideally the same shape as the cracker. Toast your marshmallows on all of its faces, in this case, until a beautiful caramelized brown. I ended up doing 3 mallows per s'more. Place those atop your choco, then simply crown your king. And sure, it was a lot of work, but the results speak for themselves. So now we have a true battle. We face against the grocery store version. Who will win? Probably me. Let's find out.
Okay, we have our second one here, and I'm gonna cut it in half. All right, this is a mess. First off, flavor immediately. There's actually flavor here. There's not just sugar. You've got the offset balance of the bittersweet chocolate. Plus these homemade marshmallows, that really takes it away from me. Mine caramelized. I think it has something to do with the powdered sugar. It creates almost a creme brulee exterior. It's got some crunch on the outside. It's melty. It's got some viscosity to it too. It's not just pure liquid like sugar pea in your mouth. I don't know why I'm comparing this to pea, but the point is, this is edible. I want this over and over. This, I'm done after the first bite, but we cannot do this without a proper taste test. So mom, come on in. It's time to make a little taste test. She's got the butt butter blindfold on. Okay, so number 1, we go right into it. There we go. Number 2. So that was number 2. You had number 1. I got her having flashbacks from the peanut butter and jelly. The peanut butter and jelly. Number 1 or number 2?
Number 2.
All right, that's back. We made it back from the peanut butter and jelly. I need a trophy. Let's talk about how I won for a second, okay? Okay, I got it. Okay. So after the peanut butter and jelly, we lost that one. You know, we had to go back. It's okay. It's not your fault. It's my fault.
My fault.
It's my fault. So the takeaway is, obviously, making your own chocolate, maybe not realistic, it's expensive, blah, 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 I get it, okay? But the marshmallows, and arguably even the graham crackers, those are the game changers. You can always go buy fancy chocolate at the store. That's easy. The marshmallows are immeasurably better than any store-bought marshmallow you'll ever get. The crunch, the flavor, the caramelization, it's like a little pocket of creme brulee in between 2 layers of chocolate you know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna do anything out of this video, you should make the marshmallows and you should make the graham crackers. That's all I gotta say. End of story, we won. But better episode, I don't know.
You wanna know what else is full of plump pillows and melty warm sweetness? This sounds raunchier than I wanted it to. B-roll.
All right, guys, and that is it. So we made our s'mores and we won, of course. If we didn't win, this would have really been a pain for me. You know, it would have given me flashbacks to the peanut butter and jelly episode. Mom, I love you, okay? It's okay. It only hurts a lot every day. The point that I want to make is simply one thing. If you make things from scratch and you know what you're doing and you take the time to manage the flavors in the way that you want them, then you're gonna end up with a perfect product. Or what would be a perfect product to you as an individual? Eating is an individualized experience. Who's calling me right now? Hello?
Hey, sir, this is Steve from Comcast again. I'm right here by your garage. It got shut.
Oh, okay, I'll come get you. Anyway, with all that said, if you enjoyed this video or you learned something, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Gotta let this guy in. All right, bye-bye.